Welcome back to episode 3, and you can see here Team China is making a lot of noises, and that's because the back brakes are completely gone. This was before I had my one-way bearing fixed.
Horrendous noises coming out of Team China!
Okay, so in episode 2 there, if you watched that one, we basically hit this old trail up, and it was a bit of a gnarly trail, nothing too crazy, but there was this one section with the guard where we built a guardrail. And anyways, we continued on. Basically, we were looking for a place to camp that night, and then we found our little spot where we were going to camp, and we tried out Andy's diesel heater, and so we had a pretty good night. No bears like the night before, and then we continued on, and we got onto some trail, and basically after this point it started getting grown in. That's where episode 2 left off, and as you can see, the trail just got worse and worse. Well, this trail's, as you can see, pretty grown in, barely wide enough for a quad, just brutal. So we've been breaking it open, but we're not gonna clear much. But I'm gonna try this limb riser thing here. I have to readjust that strap, see if that helps out, at least on this side. Well, trail's brutal. It's little Mac here has been doing good, but she ran out of fuel finally. This is the first time this trip, I think, eh? Isn't it? Anyway, she got a drink, and she's getting a drink, gonna get some oil. And the chain just came off, but I got it back on. That's the problem with using a chainsaw on willows. The chain always wants to fly off when you're just giving her. But look at this, like just to get by into the cab, like you can hardly get by here. That's what I'm up against up here. Oh, jeez. You see that? Yeah, I wasn't gonna drive through that. There's just too much chance of, they're too big, right? We've already been pushing our limits, and I don't want to stab my rad or anything like that. So we're gonna just cut this little section. And yeah, these limb risers actually work awesome. It's amazing the difference that makes of just making them glide over top. So I'll have to make some full-time ones since I like to do some bushwhacking. But this isn't a bad trail, is it, Andy? Okay, well, Andy sat in the cab the whole time and made me cut. No. He got his old Husky out, and I got my old Mac out, and we cut her open. Normally we'd do a better job and get these off, but there's just too much. This is passable now. If somebody wants to come up, they can at least get by. So we're gonna keep going. So I don't know if he caught it there, but Andy just straddled a big hole, and he actually didn't notice it, but had he hit that with his tire, or anybody did, it'd tear your tires right off. But I think that might be from when they did seismic. You used to always see these blasting caps, these orange blasting caps, and that's what they were doing, was doing seismic checking for oil and gas. Well, that was insane bushwhacking back there. You can hardly even see the trail. Got a stick in my eye there. Something's been bedded down here at one time, not that long ago. Oh, it's cold. Okay, well, it shows that there's another trail over in here somewhere, but it's gone. You can't see it anymore. It's all totally grown in, right through here somewhere. Okay, well, this is the trail. We're almost there. We got another quarter of a kilometer to go here, and we'll have her. But yeah, it's nobody's been on it this year, or maybe even last year. She needs work. So here's where they I don't know if that's just a spring, or if that's where they did some blasting, or an old bear den, or who knows what. But if somebody drops the tire in there, they're gonna break their A-arms right off. And at night, you probably won't see that. So we're just gonna ribbon it. I'm gonna put a big ribbon. Actually, I'm just gonna ribbon. Andy said he didn't even see that, so there you go. But yeah, you go there at speed, you're guaranteed you're shearing, you're done. So I'm just gonna put a barricade around that. I'm gonna put a bunch of ribbon, and then people can just go around it on the side. Just brutal. Yeah, like you can't even tell there's a trail here, but this is the old trail. It's hard to even get a picture here, but yeah, this is the old trail. See what happens when I don't get the old chainsaw going in 20 years? Just brutal, but now I know it's definitely the trail.
tight. It's starting to just get tight now. I think we're gonna have to get little Mac out on this one, because I can't even get out of this thing. Let me get out this way. Well, we're gonna have to get the chainsaw out because it's getting pretty brutal, to say the least. This is the trail, but the trees are making it not fun. I was getting these sticks in the ribs there. Look at that, just brutal. The old bush rat. Well, I can't believe we made it, Andy, but we made it. So we're gonna go through here for now and see how it goes. It shows that there's this old, looks like a high and dry trail. I don't think it's ever been used. Look at that, eh? These guys have just been flying over all day long. And yeah, we're almost to the old road, and yeah, and then to the old cabin. 3:30. Well, I'm looking for an old horse camp that's around here somewhere. There's even a little bit of cell service. We're just gonna go check it out. I think it's either over here or just over here.
So yeah, so once we got to the end of that trail, there was a big, huge muskeg area. So you got to be super careful because you get these things buried. Like you might need a chopper to get them out of there. Like it gets pretty bad. But anyways, I knew about this old hunting camp, and it's ancient. Like it's 60s hunting camp. Like you'll see it in a bit. And but I was looking all over for it. I could not find it, and I knew I was right there, but just been so many years since I'd been back. But here's what we're doing here, just looking for it.
There's that trail I came off of when I stayed that night at the cabin there. I got caught up. I came from that way along the ridge. That used to be a real popular trail, and then yeah, just people stopped riding it and got totally grown in. About as bad as the one we just came off of. Too bad because it's just an awesome trail, but it's getting better. Well, I'm having trouble finding this old horse corral. I think it's over in there somewhere, or old horse or hunting camp, whatever it is. Ooh, old tire, old Firestone. Well, I can't believe I can't find this old camp. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is it, guaranteed. This is it. Oh, there's the old fire pit. Look at it. Holy smokes. Yeah, cool. This is it. There should be a washroom somewhere back in here. I didn't think this was it. I thought there used to be a big apron. Hey, there's the old washroom. Look at that. Should be green. Yeah, that's it. Wow, look at that old shanty. Oh, that's a classic. Been many moons since anybody ever camped here. This is an old hunting camp, probably from the, I'm gonna say the 60s, in that range. 60s or 70s, look at it. This is cool. This is the spot, yeah. Right on, I keep telling Andy, I think it's right here, and I always remember coming in the trail and being right to the left, but finally found it here. Check this out. This is like old hunting table or something here. That's what this would have been. See, all the trees are all trimmed back up. Yeah, this is old. I don't know what else is back in here. Probably not a whole lot. Looks like that's for maybe they got some of their firewood at one time. Yeah. Yeah, over at the cabin, it would, even right now, it'd be all damp and cold. Like, he put his cabin there obviously for the trees, right? But look at Andy found here. He found an old lemon juice can. How old's that sucker? Still smells like lemon.
No.
We had another little, I had to pull this thing all apart again. It was so hot that the fuel had just bubbled up into my vent tube. So then it was running crazy rich, and I thought my needle had lifted again, but it didn't. But anyways, check this. So as I was coming by here, something reminded me. So back in 2013, I came out here and I had a bunch of bridge timbers and I put them in here. And look what's here. They're still here. All these bridge timbers. I forgot about this, but they're still here and there's quite a few. So yeah, these were for bridges. So this is awesome because there's a couple places right close to here actually that need bridges. And it'd be nothing now because they're there. I don't have to rip boards or nothing. And I'll be able to just put 2 little bridges. It'll save the whole creek and everything from getting chewed up, and life goes on. Okay, life's going on right now.
So this picture is actually from that trip in 2013. It was just Chevelle and I stayed in this rickety old cabin. You might have seen that video. I slept in a 73-year-old abandoned cabin. That's the one. I kind of kept it alive all these years, but it's pretty much done now. There's the door I built. That one was Christmas of 2011. Just again, Chevelle and I, we spent the Christmas in there. All my family is back home. I couldn't go back home for Christmas, so took a, I don't know, 4-day trip and went and spent the night in the cabin, and it was kind of a fun trip. Anyway, and so yeah, so at this point, we just continued on. The cabin was close to this spot where the bridge timbers were. I'd actually thought about it, and I hauled those bridge timbers in, I think back in more like something like 2010 or 2009. Actually, no, it would have been, yeah, 2008 or 9, because I remember hauling them in with one of my old trucks. I sold it, I think, in 09. So, but yeah, so I'd taken the bridge timbers in, and I remember I actually made a bed in the cabin out of those bridge timbers on that trip. But it was just so cool that they were actually still there, and I kind of forgot about them. Just got them stashed all over the place here. But I'll build some bridges on that trail that I was talking about, that I said that was grown in and it went along the ridge. There's a creek crossing and stuff there, and I'll use those bridge timbers for that crossing. So more adventures to come. But anyway, at this point, we're just continuing on, and we're gonna head up towards our next night. We're trying to find a place to camp here.
Okay, now I don't know if somebody added one more log. We'll see, but I know last time it wasn't wide enough for me to cross it. That was in 2013 when I was through here. So the old crossing, Andy, you can see the trail through here. This is where we used to cross, was over here. There used to be a bridge too. And right through here. You see there was logs. Yeah, see, it's gone. There used to be a bridge right here. We crossed, used to be the main crossing with the Jeeps. You could see our logs in the river here, or in the creek, so it must have got washed away or something. But that's where we crossed with the Jeeps. And we'd come along that bank over there. And then about 2010 or 12, somebody went and made a bridge over there. Yeah, it looks like somebody added one, and this is a pretty, a major trail. They donated a strap. Yeah, it's this. There used to be cables around the end of it, if I remember right. You could see cables holding the logs together. Somebody did a nice job on it. I do remember that. You used to be able to see them somewhere. But yeah, so it's not bad now. You can just barely cross with, like, I'm what, 58 inches wide, I think. And that's it. Like, I could sneak across. You could probably do it, you think? Sure. Guess we'd find out, eh? We might go this way. We're just trying to decide here. And the trail just goes up here. Just like that, folks. And then there's another muddy section up there. But we won't have a problem with the side-by-sides. Yeah, there's the old trail we used to take. You can see it. That's where it used to go and cross. And somebody made this one. How much farther that way can I go?
Yeah.
Good?
Yeah, you can hug it. Yeah, just straight. Yep. Yeah, you can go right a little.
What? Not too bad, but a little scary because if you go off there, it's not going to be fun.
Nope.
I didn't really even have a plan there. Okay, Andy's going to try it here. Just straight like that until your back tire clears. Go straight. Okay, hold on. See, it's your back tire that's on that hump. So as long as your back tire is good on your side, because it's gonna slide over a little bit right now, soon. Okay, but I think you'll be fine. Go really slow. Yeah, worst case, just when in doubt, throttle out. Because you're riding this log right now with just your back tire. You're doing good. It is eventually gonna drop down. I would just keep going, yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of scary, eh? Because if you fall off of here, this is not a fun place to fall, like to roll your machine. It's one thing to roll it when it's not far down, but when it's far down like that, you'd come crash down pretty hard. So yeah, this bridge needs another log, and then it'll be good. Then it'll be good again. And you know what? We could probably put those bridge timbers this way across it.
Yeah, I was thinking of that just now.
Because some of those logs are still good and sturdy. And then there's that one over there, that log. And we could put that to stilt this up here. Yeah. Okay, well, we've made it. We're not going to do the other trail tonight. We're going to do this trail. And I haven't been on that one forever, but there's a big mud section up here. Well, that's pretty cool. It's been a long time since I've been here. This trail wasn't there last time I was here. It's been many, many years. I think actually, I can't remember the last time I was here in the summer. I think it was May of 2008 when I was on that 250 Recon. The last time I was in the area was in 2010 when we took that old 69 snowmobile to the cabin, the old 1969 Ski Daddler. But this just goes to show you, this here used to be completely full of mud in through here. All of it. All you could see was mud. And look at how it's all grown up now. That's how muskeg is. It just grows up like it's like a garden, right? It just grows up super easy. Now there's only really one mud hole here now. But back then this was all just so soft. And yeah, we'd spend a long time just trying to get through this little area. And then somebody built a bypass. It looks like it's got enough vegetation that you could probably even drive through here now. But anyway, that's cool. Okay, we got a big steep climb here. And then we're gonna continue on.
So now we're coming up to a really steep hill here, and it doesn't really look like much, but this is one of those hills that you get yourself killed on. It's a way steeper than it looks in the camera. And actually, this was a hill that when I took that old 69 Ski Daddler snowmobile, when we went to the cabin one time in 2010, I couldn't make it much farther than where I am here in the side-by-side. You'll see I'm going to have some issues here.
Well, I was just because I was trying, like I was spinning for a while. Did you see the tire kept spinning? Or maybe it was slipping the clutch. Because I was trying to figure out how to get my foot on the brake. Yeah. But I couldn't let off the throttle because it was doing this when I let off. Yeah. So I was trying to keep the front end down, right?
So you can hear actually Andy, you can hear it in his voice. He knew something was up right away, and usually it's a big no-no. You don't want to put your foot out like that. But I had a plan. This isn't, this ain't my first rodeo on hills, and I definitely had a plan. And if I couldn't hold it, I was just gonna dive right into the bushes and let that thing roll, and I guess, well, it would have rolled down towards Andy. But definitely it doesn't look like much here, but you know, I almost rolled it here. Andy came up and we got it figured out here, you'll see.
Well, I was telling Andy this story. I took my mom and her husband on a trip one time, and we had to come up this hill, and I knew it was steep. It was never this bad. And there used to be all vegetation on it, not as much rock. And anyways, we're coming up here, and I was telling her, I was saying, so like, stay down at the bottom. So I just said, stay here. Well, I went up. By the time I got to the top of this climb, I was like, there's no way I'm bringing my mom up here. And all of a sudden I look behind me, and here's my mom right behind me. And she was on a 450 Kodiak, and I was like, Mom, you're supposed to stay at the bottom. Well, here's why. It's for reasons like this. Because that came very, very close to basically rolling right into Andy's. That's where it would have went. So anyways, I had to keep spinning the wheels, because as soon as I let off, it was trying to wheelie over on me. So I kept spinning down and keep it forward, and then I yelled at Andy, like, I was like, I need help, because I couldn't let off the throttle, because then it wanted to roll on me. So I kept spinning, and then I threw my e-brake on, and then I was able to get my foot on the brake. Then I was good, and it didn't. My plan was just to jump out here and let it roll, but it probably would have, you know, rolled into Andy. So all this needs is to be straightened out, so there's not these ruts, right? I could have probably rode this side, but the problem is everybody's running 28s and 32s. So when a guy like me comes through on 26s, if I come up here and I get hung up, then I'm screwed. I can't go. I just spin out, right? So then it's equally dangerous, and then I fall down into that hole. So this just needs to be straightened out, and then it'll be easy. But anyways, it just goes to show how easy it is to get in that predicament. Once we get up here, we'll be fine. I gotta say, old Team China sure runs good with her, like, that carb's on quite a tilt now. It's just idling like nothing, you know.
I was just saying, I got old Team China running like it's fuel injected. Well, you can see right there, it runs pretty darn good for being carbureted.
My e-brake holds me on that hill. Oh. I don't know what line Andy's gonna pick, but we kind of fixed it up a little bit here. But he's a lot longer and a little bit wider. So the length really helps. Oh, like nothing. Look at that, eh? Too easy! There we go. Yeah, that little extra wheelbase sure is nice. But there you go, folks. Yeah, we need to come here and just spend like an hour and flatten out all those ruts. Throw a bunch of rock underneath first, then just smooth it out on top, and it'll be pretty good for a while. But you know, that's all it's gonna take. Cause yeah, on a quad or something, especially with a shorter wheelbase yet, that gets really sketchy. We filled a lot of these there's lots of little holes and stuff. The problem is when you're climbing a steep hill like that, when one back tire falls in and you get that one tire up, you possibly can just keep going forward, but it's that gamble you take. Because if you don't make it, the other option is a roll. There's no other. It's either you make it or you roll, or you try and stop before that, which is what I did. I just can't take a chance. There we go. There he goes. Oh, jeez. Heck, he did her. That thing works good. And he knows how to drive, though, too. Well, we came down. This is a really, really gnarly trail. I haven't been on it for a lot of years, but it always was bad. But I tried to pick this line, and yeah, you can see where a little more lift and wheel spacers and then clutch work, and hopefully I could make it up something like this, because it wanted to kind of go there, but then we just had to hook the winch. There's quite a ledge here too. Uh-oh, broke a taillight backing into that bank over there. You can see my taillight, you can see the round mark in there. Okay, let's go. I should have just went through there, but it's real sticky mud. Actually, Andy got stuck at first, and then he made it.
Okay, so we made it all off of the cut lines and the hard trails, and now this is an old logging road, so this is what it actually looks like after they've logged it. They logged this back in the 60s, 70s, I believe. But this is what it looks like now, and so we're all onto logging roads, and I've got a spot in my head where I'm going to go camp. So that's where we're going right now. Try to see if we can get the spot, if anybody's camped there or not.
How did that not fall out? Okay.